I'm Sarah Richardson. This is Glen. This is Glen's dining room. And this is what Glen's dining room looks like now, thanks to some help from Design Inc. Glen and his wife have been wrapped up renovating their entire home. She's handled all of the decisions until now, leaving Glen with the dining room project. Let's see how he'll do.
Hello. Hi, Sarah. This is our dining room. Seats 4 comfortably, 4 short people.
I'm seeing lots of tea parties. Are there pint-sized critters that fit these seats?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you want this room to feel? How do you want to use it? How often do you see using it?
Well, we actually entertain a fair amount, and we have a lot of family dinners.
Okay.
We need to at least seat 8 people. In chairs, I sort of prefer, like leather or something as opposed to fabrics on the chairs.
Did he say leather? I'm sure he meant fabric. How would you sort of describe the style that would suit you best? Is it formal? Is it something more casual?
Contemporary, elegant.
Elegant. We've got a ways to go. We've got a nice big window which lets in lots of light. The only challenge here is we're looking at an air conditioning unit and a not very picturesque window. We're definitely gonna need a new window treatment. The beamed ceiling, I like it. Do you like it?
I love it. Yeah, I like it a lot. Don't like the chandelier much.
I think the fixture is definitely overscaled to the size of this table. We have to work on that. How do you feel about pattern or texture or something on the walls? Like, are you open to the idea of wallpaper if we could find something that worked within the scheme?
I am open to the idea of wallpaper.
Is there anything in this room, anything that you want to keep?
Absolutely nothing.
But it's got to work with the adjacent living room. You could do a few small touches, just some lights and side tables and some pillows that would help connect the 2 rooms and really give them a nice flow. But there's a catch. Glen wants the rug to stay.
It's red. It's a hard color to work with, perhaps, but it has some sentimental value because it was one of the first things we bought.
And who's gonna help me help this dining room grow up? That would be Kate. So let's think about what this room needs. I think that there's a problem with the valance. I think that we need to do something that gives kind of more drama to that window. One thing I'm noticing is that this lamp is highlighting how rough the walls are.
So maybe it calls for some wallpaper.
Although I think we'd have to ask our wallpaper hangers whether walls that are that rough are a problem. That red carpet shouldn't influence the entire space. There are other important elements to consider. It's antique china and it's blue. I just want to make sure that we keep the china in mind because I don't like it when it's ignored and you get to the end and you go, oh, your china's pink and I just did your, room red. For me, this room, I think to make this room come alive, I think it needs to have a real serious punch of wow factor. And nothing says wow factor like fine fabrics. At least we've got a starting point. He said elegant and I thought casual. And he said leather and I thought fabric. Those are 2 big ones. Fabric colors to complement leather. How about something like this? If you wanted leather, I think we'd have to go for this palette. But I don't see red and leather. That just feels like the medieval, the Knights of the Round Table are coming over for dinner. But if we can find the perfect color alternative for Glen, I'm hoping he'll forget about leather entirely. I have a feeling this might clash with the carpet in the other room.
I really like the fabric, I just don't see it working with the rug.
I think that's gorgeous, but that's clashing with the carpet for sure. It's back to the teeny tiny dining table to devise schemes that don't serve red as the main course.
It's really interesting. The rug is actually in the living room. However, it is so strong that it's dictating what needs to happen in the dining room, which is making it a real challenge.
Kate's face says 1,000 words. She may need some help. Hello.
Hey Sarah, it's Kate. I did what you asked this morning and I went and sourced some wallpaper and some paint samples and I took the fabrics with me. But you know what? I'm still really not confident in it.
Well, I'm a little bit tied up right now. I'm just doing this photo shoot. Could you call Tommy maybe and see if he's available? Because I think what we just need to do is you need to sort of get a second pair of eyes on it and talk it through.
Okay, thanks. I'll get back to you.
This table is just my size. Ooh, that's a bossy rug.
It is. It's bossy even from there. Okay, why don't I show you the direction Sarah and I are trying to go in,
Okay.
and you tell me whether you think it's working.
That one I think is too purple. Pink, bit yellow. Nope. Too purple, peachy. My instinct would be to go relatively neutral with the wall covering.
But that's not our only consideration.
This is an awful lot of color.
Maybe we should just go back to good old red. Like, why couldn't this be on the chairs and that be on the drapes?
It's so funny, I started out really loving this. I actually like this scheme better now. You talked me into this.
So red is still on the table. We'll just have to show the rug who's boss.
Good luck to you with that.
Can we find the right shade of red, or do we need a new direction?
I was thinking you were coming in with a lot of reds and colors tying the carpet.
Glen's dining room is total kids' play. Something a little bit more grown up. And of all things, a rug in the living room is causing us grief.
Ooh, that's a bossy rug.
It is.
We're trying to move forward, but we're stuck on color. I'm just worried that we get to the point where this half of the house suddenly just became red. Dangerously red. Do you take the red out of here? What's the first thing you notice when I bring this fabric in?
The blue, not the red.
Well, I actually noticed the blue, but what I noticed is this sort of puce color, that funny yellowy green.
Yeah, like a mossy green. I really agree with you that if we lost all of this red, all it's doing is reinforcing the bossiness of this carpet.
Okay, can we talk about the walls?
Yes, let's change the subject. What about wall treatment? That's the question we have to ask the paper hangers. We have to ask Tom whether you can install, because we can't, I don't know if Kate told you, but who could be calling at a time like this? I thought what we were doing was important.
Talk about a bossy rug.
It's all the people who are concerned about me being sick.
Oh, I know. Everybody's concerned about you being sick. Yeah, right. What we have to ask is we have to ask Tom whether you can actually wallpaper over the rough walls or whether it's just going to be a problem. Problem or not, we're thankful for a direction. Strip out all the red. Let's go olives in the dining room. And do we want to incorporate a little bit of blue? Or are we just keeping it neutral? Maybe some stenciling, but I think we're getting close. We're taking a big risk on the red rug. How are we going to sway Glen from those leather dining chairs he wants?
And chairs? Chair upholstery, drapery. I realize that this beige scheme runs the risk of looking a little bit boring. However, I think that the fabrics are applied in interesting ways, and that will keep the dining room feeling young and fresh.
I was thinking you were coming in with a lot of reds and colors tying the carpet.
Uh-oh.
But I like this.
Yes.
You do like this?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
After all that, can it be this easy?
It's that easy, yeah.
I can move forward?
You can move forward.
Not so easy for Glen's wife, however.
I did speak with her about how difficult the red was for us, and that we felt like we wanted to give her something different. She sort of relented and said, you know what, I got to make all the decisions on the rest of the renovation. Okay. And it was Glen who really wanted the dining room finished, so it's his baby. You and I had talked about doing a diamond tufted ottoman for them in a puce color. P.S.
I don't know the definition of puce.
Oh.
That funny yellowy green?
Yeah, like a mossy green.
I always thought that this was puce.
So did I.
So I checked the dictionary, and puce is actually a dark purpley red.
Oh.
So I don't know. This
Well,
is
then
not,
we're all
to me,
wrong.
this isn't chartreuse, but apparently it's also not puce. You learn something new every day. So the walls are being skimmed and painted. No wallpaper for Glen. Now to get those slipcovers off and washed.
Oh, level 3.
Switch. And a quarter. Wow. And a quarter. And of course.
It's a lot of work for the living room. I thought we were designing the dining room.
So have you guys washed these before? Here at the laundromat?
No, not sure these were ever meant to come off.
What?
Oh, it'll all work out just fine.
Pretty soapy. Oh, this is worse
shorts and my jeans in the morning.
A bit of a tight fit.
It's not fitting. There's no way it'll get back on.
I'd say it's a slip-cover catastrophe.
Hi, Frank. It's Kate calling. I have a slip-cover 911 emergency.
Hey, Kate.
So our intentions were really good about cleaning up Glen's living room furniture, but the slipcovers don't fit back on.
How badly did they shrink?
Pretty badly.
A bunch of quarters has cost us a lot of dollars. So 9 and 14 is 23. That's 43 yards of fabric we have to now buy them, plus pay for the cost of having it all slip covered, which will be another $1,500.
It was an expensive day.
That living room is supposed to be, we're just gonna add a few pillows, and now we're redoing the whole thing. I really hope they like that rug.
Let's go have lunch.
A red living room rug is overpowering our dining room design.
Which is making it a real challenge.
We've fixed the battered walls and shrunk the slipcovers.
I feel like this has become Glen's living room. It's no longer Glen's dining room.
It's 2 rooms now with more than one big issue, including our slipcover slip-up. You're thinking keep it in the same color range that we were in before?
Well, I think short of having to redo everything, which we're not prepared to do at this point. I mean,
Well, we've already bought all these fabrics and bought these off. The chairs are being made, the upholstery fabric is there.
Right.
Let's just not throw good money after bad. I'm already feeling like I'm bleeding. I have used this weight before. This is okay as an upholstery weight. As a slip cover, it's so thin that you tend to get sort of surface wrinkles.
Okay.
So it's not great.
Okay.
This is probably the best one because it actually is pre-washed, but I would still wash it again. This time, our first stop is to the laundromat to pre-wash the fabric. This will guarantee no shrinkage. What I always do is I just take it to a commercial laundromat because they have extra large machines and they can wash it in 7 to 10 yard pieces. So I would say, well worth the investment. It would have saved us about $2,000. It was a costly delay. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. But a few days later, our slipcover maker is on the case. Let's hope he doesn't get the hiccups. Pins.
It's part of the trade.
Look at them.
They're all, and they're all pointing the wrong way, too.
And they're all pointing the wrong way. Leave it up to Frank to get it all done on time. Now, for the upholstered pieces, it's perfect. Perfect. It's always perfect. This new ottoman is gorgeous and will make a great addition to the living room. Yes, everything's on track. We just need Glen's high five on the wall color.
I have rarely worked closely with men on projects. Normally I end up working with the wife. And so working with Glen is a little bit of a new experience for me. And not that I'm not, enjoying it. It's just, I don't know, I seem to have these hesitations where normally I wouldn't.
As far as colors go, I think we're pretty much on the same page. We like sort of muted, more neutral shades. But we have a lot of that in the house already, so I think it was time to, take a walk on the wild side and get some color into the downstairs anyway.
First, it's gotta make it there.
So I spilt the ceiling color all over the driveway this morning. Great way to start a Monday. Seed pearl if you're interested in using it.
I think sort of an off-white driveway is not going to work.
Good thing he's so casual.
It's a good thing it's latex. Let's see how good it looks on this ceiling, shall we? Well, I think the easy thing is always just to say, okay, we'll paint it cream. But I don't really think that that's gonna give us a wildly different impact than what we had before. Normally the approach with a dining room is, it's a dining room, it's a nighttime room, it should be dramatic, you don't want it to feel cold, and you don't generally want a dining room to feel really bright. That said, the blues that we have are really nice with the fabrics, but I know that A, they don't go with the china, and B, they don't go with the rug. Will this color wheel ever stop spinning? Have you had this in your car for a while by any chance? It's frozen. That's too purple.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna end up too babyish, really.
Yeah.
Maybe it's halfway in between. I mean, this is very pale. I'd have some fun with it.
I agree with having fun with it. I was just afraid of making the wrong decision and having you not be happy and the client not be happy.
Right.
And then I'm in deep trouble.
I mean, I'd rather have the clients like it in the end than me. I mean, that's sort of more important.
I live here,
I don't live here. What we're trying to do is acknowledge the rug and not run away from it. Now, if only the rug weren't out being cleaned.
Yes.
No choice but to keep the painters painting. I just hope our gamble to paint first and test the rug later pays off.
Looks good, though.
And that the rug agrees.
If I haven't shaken this baby loose by now, I'm not gonna.
Did we beat the odds? It all started in Glen's dining room.
Are there pint-sized critters that fit these seats?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then the project spread to his living room.
Oh, this is worse than my jeans in the morning.
As for the vibrant red rug in the living room,
That's great. Look at that.
we finally wrangled it into our design scheme to make it all come together.
With the green, look at the green, look at the blue. It's all good. We love it. Love it. Very nice. It's great.
We're not near done. There's still more furniture, lighting, and art to find.
These are the ones. All of them very pretty. My first choice is that, because I think that a lot of what Sarah's selected in terms of fabrics look quite masculine, and this might soften everything a little bit, make it a bit prettier. That's some good stuff.
A major request from Glen is for a dining room table that seats 8 to 10 adults and kids.
I want a more sophisticated version of this table. I like the top of this table, but I really don't like the scalloped edge on the bottom. Yep, I think that's the one.
And I'm on the lookout to find a chandelier.
These are nice, but they don't give enough light. It just ends up being sort of dim. There's no sparkle. That one's a bit big. This is dressy without being overly formal.
Success! Now to finish the living and dining room, Glen's only projects in his large-scale home reno.
A couple of things. I'd like to get the rug pad down and the rug down in the living room and have play with the furniture.
Okay.
Get that arrangement set up.
Which way does it go? This way?
Yep,
Or this
that way.
This early in the morning.
You know, that red rug's looking pretty good. Funny, this room's a bit more of a tight squeeze than we remember. Did the slipcovers shrink or the furniture grow? We started out by agreeing to do the dining room, and we thought that the living room would be fine just as it was. We were going to change a couple pillows, and before we knew it, we had sort of jumped into this, and we're quickly investing in this project along with the homeowners when we ruined their slipcovers. And I think there were days when Kate and I just wanted to take that rug and throw it in the nearest dumpster, but in the end, it actually really did work.
The other thing we need to do is establish the height of the chandelier.
Okay, that's
We
easy.
don't have a table,
Oh,
so that's a little bit tricky.
so the dining room project without the table, that's so avant-garde.
No, we have a table. We just don't have it yet.
Couldn't have picked a better chandelier if I tried.
It's a fantastic blue. What's that face?
There's no drapery hardware.
It's supposed to be there already?
Where's the drapery guy?
Oh, hi, Roy. It's Kate calling.
Hi, Kate. I'm just on my way to see you.
Okay, that makes me feel much better.
Better late than never. We ripped down the valance that was here, and we ended up going with big fabric treatment, a rad cover, and then just one fixed panel of a textured fabric. And what that does is it still allows all the sun to filter in throughout the day, but it cuts down on the view directly at the neighbor's air conditioning and ventilation systems, and it gives privacy to the room, which is really nice.
This label is affixed in compliance with provincial law. Doesn't say anything about not being able to take it off.
In fact, everything's going so well, they're all just waiting for flowers.
Wow, you guys. Hey, Roy, how are you? Look at that. I'm great, thank you. Especially now that I see that chandelier.
And they like it.
I'd mentioned to Sarah I wasn't really keen on a gold chandelier. I thought maybe it would be too formal, fussy, but it's worked out pretty good. I like it.
So am I allowed to send him back the email that he sent me that said, "It scares me. It scares me."
There really were only a few requests for the room. One of them was leather chairs for the table, and I'll be honest, Kate and I just pretended we never heard that, and we chose fabric that was the color of leather.
I think my favorite thing in the dining room are the chairs. I like the fabrics they've chosen. The browns worked out really well, and they look durable, so I was concerned about that.
It was a really tough challenge to find a scheme that would work with the china, something that would work with the rug, and something that would also give a really fresh look to this space, because what I didn't want to do was just make it look like we were continuing the same thing that was already here.
I was willing to walk on the wild side a little bit color-wise, and my wife was a little more traditional. She wanted to neutralize a couple of the choices, and I think we made the right decision going ahead with the color palette we chose.
But at the end of the day, dining rooms are rooms that you use in the evening, and I think they should be rich, moody, dark, and candlelit. And in the daytime, this is nice and bright, and in the evening, I think it's going to be a really cozy room to be in.